film.
We have such sights to show you.
Hello, welcome to The Devil Made Me View It, a horror podcast. I'm Jesse Spitzer.
And I'm J.R. Lees.
And this is our first episode. We're super excited to kind of get going here. Full transparency, this isn't the first time that we're recording our first episode, but it is our first episode, so we're going to kind of introduce ourselves and tell you kind of who we are in relation to each other, and also what this show is going to be all about. Jason, you want to start us off?
Me and Spitzy here have known each other for, we decided 12 years in the off mic when we discussed it by accident. And we would always talk movies, went to film school together. We ended up working at the same place, and we'd be the two guys that meet in the hallway and start talking about a movie. And then, you've seen that? I love this and love this. And then realize everyone else around us sort of, their eyes have glazed over and have wandered away, and we're still talking about Seed of Chucky.
Yeah.
Which I suppose we never had discussed Seed of Chucky. So it kind of came through, and then the idea was thrown at us. Hey, losers, you should just record this. And I'm paraphrasing what my wife said. But it was like the idea we should have actually set aside time and do this for real and actually talk about it. Because the thing is, when you do it on the sly, and it became like my favorite part of the day. Run past at 2:00 and go, hey, Jesse, have you seen like the new Dangerous Animals movie? It's pretty good. I think you'd like it. And then you'd back mouth. And have you seen this one? And then we'd trade stuff like it was the old days. And never talk in person besides that.
Yeah, right.
Ever. I think I saw you once shopping, and I was like, I don't want to talk to you at all. So the idea was lofted at us to record this. It was going to be on a different, what do you call that, a platform. And that platform decided it didn't like us. Not because anything we did, just because we're unlikable. So we decided we had the recording. Okay, I'm unlikable. You're a darling.
No, I was just thinking it was definitely our fault for being unlikable. But
yeah, well, there's certain choices you make. So we decided to do it on our own. When he said before that we've done it a couple before, we have like the pancake, the bunch of run ones. We're starting over now with episode 0. There'll be some redundancies if you go from this one into the rest of them. But the idea was the lofty the elevator pitch. I was going to say turbo left. I'm a nerd. The elevator pitch was going to be The Devil Made Me View It, meaning that one of us would have a movie the other person hadn't seen. So it would be like I had never seen Relics, which is coming up in a few episodes, and Spitzer had, and he's like, "You've got to see this." And I'm like, most people, once they give you a movie to watch, it is like a job. Yeah. Someone will walk up and say, "Hey, have you seen all 17 years of Supernatural?" And I'm like, "No, you need to do that for us to be friends." And I'm like, "Bye."
Otherwise, you won't get all the references I make.
You won't get any references that we always talk about. And it's a full-time job to watch certain things. But when Spitzer comes up with something, he knows me well enough to know that it's going to be worth the watch, but also I'm going to probably like it. He's never given me one that I've thought was complete, horseradish yet.
I pride myself.
You should. It's a stressful thing. My wife will not invite someone over to watch a movie or recommend it that she's watched it twice, because she doesn't want the person to judge her if they don't really appreciate the Blair Witch Project 2.
Sure.
Like she wants to make sure that they know it's 2, not the first one. There's a little bit anyway. So we're relaunching. You will hear some the first several episodes are very much me bringing Mr. Spitzer like a property or a movie that he had not seen.
And we were really shock you.
yeah. And there you look at them, and if you want to look down the list on the menu right now, you'll wonder who hasn't seen which one. And we stuck to that for a good 10 minutes, 12 minutes. I think the first 5 episodes, we were very big on. I'd seen one that you hadn't seen, or the other one, and then or we had favorites. The other person didn't know that well, and then I think it just then we had some guests come on, which is insane. They want to also talk to us again. They were on the clock back then, so it's a little bit different. Now that we're doing it pro bono,
it might be hard to get guests now.
Yeah. One nice thing is before, because the platform we were on was going to be like 6 months in advance, and we had banked 3 months of episodes if we were doing it once a week. Now we can launch them all. We're planning on launching this one, this is episode 0, Zero Patient. It's probably too dark for it even now. In October 2025, and we're going to probably put up the other 10 of the other ones we recorded at the same time. So there's something you can go through.
Yeah.
So we can be a little bit more, not timely because the idea is that I know I'm listening to a podcast right now that's 3 years old because
Yeah.
they were discussing a movie. I'm like, I wanted to see it. So it doesn't matter when they recorded as long as I know the context of it.
Right. Yeah. For context, I think we started filming. Our first episode was in July, I think,
It was summer. It was, yeah.
and it was not. It was not meant to be uploaded until like December or January even. Yeah. So now we're a lot more free with being able to talk about kind of things in a more immediate context.
We had so much fun. We had to rush out and make excuses to our spouses. We have to see the Toxic Avenger remake because we have to record it right away so it can be played in 17 years. Spoiler alert: we loved it.
Oh yeah,
every aspect of that movie. But yeah, so now we can be a little more free. The platform we were on was we didn't own it, so we had to watch what we said just a little bit. But it's still kind of fun to try and do a certain way. We'll probably have guests on. I know at one point we're trying to get Mrs. Spitzer to watch Ginger Snaps.
Yes.
Because she's gonna have to.
Yeah, I've been trying.
It's really good. It's really good. So.
I've been trying for our entire relationship to get her to watch that movie.
That was how they met. Actually, he's in a video store. He kept putting it in her cart. She's like, I'm not shopping. There's no cart. But still. And again, since we're doing this all out of order, the Shining episode, which will be episode 1, but this is 0. We do discuss more about where we came from as far as fans, but we still wanted to have the episode 0 be getting to know us a little bit. We have we're lucky enough to be able to go back in time and like get a better first impression, So we decided we're going to do some since it is October of 2025 right now.
The spooky month.
The spooky month, which is here as I'm recording this, it's 85 degrees outside. So me wearing, I'm allowed to wear black in my month. I love Halloween. It's the best month ever. And I'm just sweating out my fingertips because it's so stupid hot,
Yeah.
So we were discussing timely things. What have you seen lately as of this October 2025?
Yeah. So I've had a pretty good month of seeing. I've been kind of playing catch up. I've stumbled upon a lot of free time, so I've been watching a lot of movies that I missed. One of them you recommended, Dangerous Animals, which I loved. That was so fun. I just recently saw VHS Halloween, which was also really good. I saw the new Final Destination finally. That was so much fun. Yeah. What about you?
We had a hot run of seeing everything. We saw Good Boy, which I loved.
Oh, I want to see that.
Oh, it'll be on Shutter here in about 5 minutes, and that is so good. And that's one of the few ones where I can't ruin it by saying how good it is because it's the trailer.
It's just, the premise.
It's the dog's point of view, and it's
great.
Just so well done. It's just great. Before that, we'd seen like The Last Conjuring out of respect.
Sure.
We spent a lot more time than we probably needed to watching The Monster on Netflix.
I'm not familiar with
because
that
it's an Ed Gein story.
Oh,
and it's,
yeah. Okay.
And it's weird, and I've talked about it more than I've talked about movies I actually like and respect because it's not bat guano crazy as it should be. It's just like it doesn't care about the facts.
Okay.
But he looks like he's doing very good Gein cosplay, the guy from Sons of Anarchy. And there's so much reverential stuff to Psycho. They have a guy's playing up at Hitchcock, a guy's playing Anthony Perkins. I shouldn't say respectful because they're kind of mean to Perkins. Oh. They reenact bits of Hooper's Chainsaw from like the 74, and that stuff kept me going. And then
it sounds like something you would love.
Oh, it was because we were watching it, and then someone at work has asked if I'd seen it, and I was like, oh no, we watched it, and I didn't want to be again rude and say no, we turned it off. It was kind of horse poopy. So we tried again that night, and then I turned it on. It was a crazy scene. Not crazy in the context of the show, but crazy that someone that I work for said I should watch it, and it's two guys in a movie theater. And I'm like, if he knew the scene I was pushing play on, the next scene was going to be, he probably wouldn't have said watch it. He probably would have asked me. But I love the chainsaw stuff. Like they were so beautifully
that's cool.
Careful how to reenact Hooper and Gunnar Hansen, like the actual vintage Dr. Pepper can, and the story from how Hooper's in line at Sears and he's stressed out because it's Christmas and he sees the display of chainsaws, which he's told that story on like my first chainsaw DVD from like whatever 2000 I had that thing. When I bounced the check to get, I didn't care. And they play it out because they're and it's weird because the show you should never make it again. See, I'm not talking about it even more. It's not worth talking about because they're glamorizing. They're not glamorizing Ed Gein, but they're like trying to show respect to him by all the stuff that he inspired.
Okay, I see.
But it's weird because he shouldn't get any respect.
Right.
We should really be celebrating Robert Bloch and Hooper, and then like Thomas Harris, who wrote Silence of the Lambs. So they have a whole Silence of the Lambs with Buffalo Bill, where tucking was. I've seen more tucking now on FX than I had in R-rated movies. If they ever have a supercut on YouTube, just to watch the reenactments,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just that's worth watching because it's there's so much love in and the last 2 minutes of the show, not ruining everything, is like the best thing ever. But
Oh.
it's like the Lord of the Rings of Ryan Murphy shows because it ends 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's over. No, it's not. Oh, now it's over. No, this gets better. And then yeah. So yeah, we spent way too much time watching that, and now too much time just talking about that.
Yeah. I'm trying. I think it was one other movie that I watched recently that you recommended. Was the Midnight Meat Train. That I was so there's something about that era of horror, and we were talking about this a little bit over text, but it's so like comfy and cozy, and like I don't know, I really just enjoyed the experience of watching that movie so much because it's so it just doesn't feel weirdly enough, it feels like a fake movie. Like it doesn't feel real. You got Bradley Cooper like
Yeah.
as the main character and everything, and there's so many weird decisions they make. The CGI is absurd, but like sometimes it's the coolest stuff ever. Like I mentioned there's a moment where the character gets their throat slit. They're hung upside down. They get their throat slit, and so it's just all this like really bad looking CGI blood covers the floor. But then the character, and it's POV of that character, the character looks up and like screams, and you see the reflection of that in the blood. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I like
no
that.
one told them they couldn't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Putting a pin right here. Hold on.
Oh, I missed that.
That's
voice.
just that's my ringtone. I'm not actually at work recording this. Don't tell anybody. I fought Mr. Spitzer to name this show the Midnight Meat Show.
Mm-hmm.
Back and forth for probably the entire 3 months we were planning it, and then when we relaunched it, I'm like, oh, I still got the graphics. I got the name. It's the greatest name ever. And then you rightly go, I don't know if I want to tell my mom I do a show called the Midnight Show.
It's one of those things where it's like, if that was the name we went with, we're gonna spend the rest of our lives explaining the names. Like, no, it's not what it sounds like.
And as my wife pointed out, Caitlin, I love you. Just because no one else has done it, sometimes that's not a good thing. There's a reason no one else has done it, because it's like every combination of a name you come up with,
Yeah,
it's either trying to be creepy or funny or a pun or even lame. Someone's come up with it, and I every time I looked up Midnight Meat Show, it just took me to the book or the movie, Clive Barker. So I thought, no, it's kind of like Rolling Stone. It's like, Rolling Stone is a song and it's a magazine and all this. It'd be perfect. And I'm like, and I've since then, I totally agree. But I absolutely loved. I just love that story. I've written stories that I accidentally ripped it off, like almost verbatim.
Oh,
And
that's
then
fun.
at the end, I chicken out. I don't have it going cosmic.
yeah.
And then I'll sit there and just, oh, this is great. I've got this. I had it like in a vegan coffee shop where it's vegan, and it's looking back, I'm embarrassed to say it. And at the end, they have like the vampires come in and then they take away the bodies, and it's vegan because no animal was harmed making this. But they're keeping this person pregnant because vegan milk. It's literally milk from a vegan. I'm so clever. And then after the Midnight Meat Train discussion came up, I watched it again, and I'm like, oh, that's just me ripping off Clive Barker. I'm so glad that they didn't publish that story.
Yes,
But yeah, I mean, and being alive when that came out, the way it got dumped upon,
I
distribution.
had never even heard of it.
If you ever find the disc, and I know you have, the commentary that Barker does, he was on Fangoria Radio, the Sirius X, the satellite radio show that Fango did, like in 2005 for a couple years. Dee Snider and Debbie Rochon hosted, and Clive Barker comes on, and everyone else is kind of on the show to promote their stuff. Back then you have like Adam Green promoting Hatchet, Joe Lynch is promoting Wrong Turn 2. You've got, all this kind of stuff coming on to do their thing. And then Clive Barker comes on and just bitches about the studio because they and it's satellite radio. So he wouldn't give two poops. I feel bad saying poops now because what he was saying was the best. They promised him this, and I'm not, it's on the commentary. Cause it wasn't a fever dream. I played it back and he talks about it at great length. They put it in dollar theaters instead of actual theaters, so it wouldn't make any money, so they could get dumped on DVD.
Oh,
They cut the budget, so the blood effect you're talking about. They cut the shooting days so that they couldn't actually put down actual blood.
I
And
see.
then I think the director, the guy that did Versus, they told him to shoot it for 3D, and then didn't pay for 3D.
Oh,
So the fact that it works at all, but it's like even not knowing that, I just love that it's a movie that has Bradley Cooper and Ted Raimi.
yeah,
Like that's just such a weird, that shouldn't be a movie. It's like
yeah,
if Robert Englund was working with, Brad Pitt, which
right,
probably would happen.
yeah. Uh, um, the other thing about that movie that so I went into it completely blind.
Right. Same here.
Um, and I had never heard of it prior to you pitching the name to me. I knew it was based on a book. I think for a moment at one point I knew about like the creation of it and stuff, but by the time I had watched it, I forgot that it was based on a book. I forgot. I was just like going in completely blind. I knew the name of it and I knew Bradley Cooper was in it. So that twist, that big twist at the end, was like there's even like because my wife was at work at the time and I was watching it, just to get the context to decide on if we should change the name or not. And my wife was very, I bounce ideas off of my wife all the time, so she was very invested in our name as well. So she had texted me while I was watching it. She was like, "Hey, how's the movie?" And this is like 20 minutes before the movie's over, and I was like, "It's really good. You'd probably like it. It's like a serial killer movie." Because like at the time
It is at that point, yeah.
yeah, and then the last 20 minutes it just like flips everything on its head, and I was like, "Whoa, I don't know if you'd like this anymore, but I do." For sure. But
You got to pick up. Oh, I know. I have the graphic novel. They did the story of that in the Books of Blood, or in it's a Clive Barker. It might have been the Hellraiser books, and then the audio book. But it's not a very long story, so it's just one of those things where I just love this, and I don't know. I know it's underdog thing. I know it's one of those things where that's the warning bell saying we talked about this movie too much for not
move
using
on,
the
move
name.
on.
Yeah, but yeah, because I'll go in a Clive Barker mode, and that usually and it starts with that like a fixation, and it'll go through the entire oeuvre, and then I'll start watching like the Hulu Books of Blood at the end, and go, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot else that like, I've never and for that goes I've never seen Rawhead Rex. I need to do that at some point. No, I love Clive Barker. I've sadly to be an absolute no, what's the word for it? Idiot. I have all his books, but the last two I bought off thrift books, and they're on the shelf. I haven't opened up the package because I'm like, he's kind of has some health issues. I have those sitting there so that eventually, many years from now,
Yeah.
when we don't have Clive Barker anymore, I still have those two books to like open up on that day.
Oh.
And my wife goes, once again, that's kind of stupid, kind of sweet, but also, how are we going to read them? And I kind of go, oh, I've already read them. I read it. I had that book before, but this is just my new copy, that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I think I have a bit of a Clive Barker blind spot, so that's something we'll have to flesh out. I think in the future as well. I think a lot of I just have a lot of blind spots. I'm weird. I feel like my like the saying like your knowledge is ocean wide, but very surface level,
Mhm.
or like pond deep. I have like the opposite problem where I go hard in on certain things, but then like things that are very obvious. For instance, we referenced our first episode is on The Shining. Spoiler alert: I was the one that had not seen The Shining. Among other big franchises, I still to this day, there's still huge holes in my knowledge.
And we're saving for the next, yeah.
Yeah, but then things like French horror, I spent like a month just eating anything I could, like or I think really what the catalyst for this podcast was when I was getting into like the Italian horror stuff, because that's your like wheelhouse, right? Like it's pretty much your
Yeah.
your fave.
Like when I was a kid, I was loser kid in a small town, and I liked horror movies. And I would say, oh, I'm a horror student, but I have a major in horror movies, but a minor in slasher movies. And I did that for a long time, but there's only so many good. There's a lot of good slasher movies. And then I discovered the Italian stuff, like probably around like in my 30s, and it was just like, what? It ruined me, because all the rules are totally different. It's just one of those things where if you watch enough slasher movies, you start you see the pattern. It's very much like Scream. Everyone is Jamie Kennedy. That's a sad thought, scary. But you kind of know, okay, they have sex, die. They're gonna walk over here.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a cat that jumps out, and nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't want a surprise in my cheeseburger. Um, I want it to have what it has. I want it to taste good, but I don't want to have like, oh, is that a kebab in the middle of it? A piece of
Right,
steak?
right.
So when I came across Jolly, I was being all pompous by saying the plural in Italian. When I came across Giallos, and I was like, this isn't a bad movie. This is just it's a different set of rules. It's not supposed to be the same rules. And it was Fulci, it was Fangoria again.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a Tarantino issue, talked about the Beyond, and it went through like it was back then it was Seven Doors of Death, which I will show it to you at some point. The Beyond, I'd seen Zombie on a poster somewhere, so I love that image. I'd never seen the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went into the whole, and then I discovered Argento, and that was a solid couple years where no one. This is the first marriage. She didn't talk to me for a while, so I just sit there and just watch. Oh, this is Tenebrae. It's also Insane. What's the difference? The name's different, And then this is the. Oh yeah, that was a deep, like you're talking about when you find that thing you love.
Yeah, yeah.
And like there's Spitzer. No one else cares. Hey, Jesse, have you ever heard of a thing called Pieces?
Yeah, I think I hit you up. I can't remember. Was it Red State? Is that the name of it? What's the one with the It's got that famous shot of the porcelain doll on the tricycle that kind of, or no, it's not on a tricycle. I'm confusing it with Saw. He like comes out of that like side door. Deep Red. Yeah. I watched that, and I had known that you were really into Italian horror and stuff, and I think I messaged you. I was like, hey, I was really into this movie. You got anything else for me? And you sent me a list. I think I watched like 8 movies in like 3 days. Like it was pretty much all I did was just I watched all the recommendations, and it was all the classics.
We have to ask Kat. I'm pretty sure that we were driving and I pulled over in the rain. Hold on, honey. I know that your finger's bleeding, but no, I need to type. Okay, is it four? Is it FOUR? Is it four? I don't want to look the wrong way. A gray velvet. Okay, we have to have yeah.
I
ruined you. Yeah,
that is for sure going to be a probably a 2-part episode in the future of us talking about all that stuff. But so that's kind of what I like. What I'm excited most about this podcast is filling in all those holes that I have, and also filling in some of your holes, which are probably a little smaller than mine. But wow, yeah, there's a lot of ways that statement could be taken.
Just two. There's 2 ways, and they're both accurate.
You're right.
So we mentioned our wives again, so we can be all manly about it. No, you've already, because a couple of episodes from now, you brought me Relics. I loved. That's coming up. So that's again a spoiler. But if you listen to this one, maybe you'll keep listening. But you brought me the one that I had swore off I wasn't going to watch. I was not going to watch Speak No Evil.
Oh yeah.
Because every movie I saw that whole year, is it 2023? Every movie I saw had the same trailer. And I was like, oh, McAvoy's great. I'm watching it. I'm going, oh, I get it. And I'm like, and the other one's on Shudder, so I'll watch that one. I'm going to skip this one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just one of those things where I just had no desire to watch it, and I was probably, I don't think I was verbal about it, saying it's garbage, but I don't need to watch that. And then like most things in my life, you all proved me wrong, and I freaking loved it. And you told me to watch the original, and then watch the other one like in that order.
Feature.
double feature it, nothing in between.
Yep.
Because it just absolutely that should be on like a 2-pack.
Yeah.
Something, because there's to really appreciate that remake. To really get what they're going, is you have to know like the little looks he's giving you, because he's flat out looking at you going, remember the last one? Remember? No, I'm McAvoy. Remember that one a couple years ago?
Yeah.
It was not like this. Yeah.
It's also, and I'll give a heads up for anyone that wants to do the double feature, that you got to push through, because when you get done with the first one, you're gonna be in a state of misery. That it's like I have to do this again, but it's like, trust me, push through.
Yeah.
Watch the remake. It's gonna be an overall positive experience by the end.
It's not. You're not on Hot Ones, and all this wing is burning my throat. It's not another hot wing. It is literally. It is the cooling
glass of milk.
It's the glass of milk. The American remake. Most American cinema is a nice glass of milk. That's very true. I'm such a vegan. But yeah, that was one. And I bet you if you hadn't told me, I know for a fact, if you hadn't told me to watch them back to back, we wouldn't have watched them. It would have been this one. Wait a week. Have some therapy, and then watch the remake.
Yeah.
And it was just because it didn't. You need to remember that. Hey, didn't an hour ago? Oh, they're gonna turn left again. they don't even get in the car. There's no train left or right.
Exactly. I was gonna say there's no road.
Yeah, there's no road. Oh. That is probably the ultimate double feature that we've discovered on that. I mean, things that are like we do one coming up on the Toxic Avenger. That's obvious, and that's a lot of fun because there is bits in Toxic Avenger, the original, that you will make you appreciate the remake more, but it doesn't make it better or not. It's kind of like if you wonder why are they in a restaurant, the fans are going to know. But the Speak No Evil thing, it's like it is they made this, and again, I don't think the remake. He made Lake Mungo. Is that the guy made, or was it?
No.
It was.
I don't think so. I'm not sure what he
Eden,
made prior.
Eden Lake maybe.
Oh, that could be. That could be
the remake. And
pretty sure Lake Mungo guy didn't go on to do anything.
No, he doesn't need to.
He's mysterious.
He's mysterious. Mungo comes up a lot lately.
Yeah. We'll cover that
because he had
as well.
said, what's that?
I said we covered that as well.
We do mention that one. Yeah, that was a whole lot of Australian stuff. Yeah. Now I just want to go back and watch all the episodes.
I know. Just re-record everything.
It'll be the Chris Farley. This one, that was great.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. That was pretty good. And we went through and edited them a little bit, and I'm like, I don't want to take anything out because all the little stutter steps is like, because you can watch both of our faces kind of go, yeah, it's pretty cool. Which you normally would cut out. That's why we're keeping the video component, because if it was audio, we'd cut the hell out of this.
Yeah.
But watching us do this, yeah. Mungo's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Dangerous Animals is pretty good.
Remember that one thing? Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Remember that Killer Clowns? Oh, that's the best thing. I keep seeing very expensive masks from Trick or Treat this season of Killer Clowns, and I'm like, I'll get Spitzer a cup. Hey, look, the Blu-ray's on sale. I have his address. I can throw that at him.
Yeah.
But I'm not. But $70. I mean, he's married, not married. We're putting the line. Also, I don't know which one to get.
I think my wife thinks I have enough Killer Clowns merchandise. If you check out that episode, you'll see it. I get it.
Yeah, it's like me and the chainsaw.
A little show and tell. Yeah, exactly.
I have my stuff is here at this office because at home she'll know about it, and I don't want her to know about. I have that many toy chainsaws that I got at Walgreens just because it was there. You need it? Don't you have that one? Yeah, but that one's cheaper.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. At the end of this year, I'm going to be moving. I'm right now recording this in a closet. No joke. Yep. But early next year, I'll actually have my own little space. I'll be able to have a shelf behind me where I can put all my nerdy stuff. I'm looking forward to it.
That'd be kind of cool.
Big things coming. Coming.
I'm hoping to get a space in my house too, just because this is sneaking down here after hours, and I'm trying to. No one knows I'm here. So, until I think I have about 20 minutes until someone starts getting his steps in past the window, and I'll have to overtime. Okay, we're also going to talk as far as getting to know each other. Since this is the first time we actually get to discuss things that are topical a little bit. Yeah. This being the middle of October, what do you watch to? And this is an odd year. People in the future remember way back in 2025, it's hot as hell still.
Yeah, it does not feel like October.
No, and it's like we have leaves out and it's hot, and like the dog's like, well, I go for long walks now. You can't breathe in this stuff, guys. Come on. But what do you do to jumpstart your Halloween season?
Yeah, so my number one when we're talking about movies would be Trick or Treat.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, that movie is so it's just like a little piece of candy, you know. Like it is so perfectly encapsulates Halloween in so many different aspects. You have, because it's an anthology movie, kind of. It's like a pseudo anthology because it all ties together.
As much as Pulp Fiction is, yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm. And there's a great short on pumpkin carving, and there's a great short on like costume parties, and it just hits everything so well, and everything's so fun. Your first time watching it, you're going for a ride. It's taking you all over the place, and then on subsequent viewings, it's made so well that it sets up a lot of these twists so well that you can kind of sniff out the foreshadowing and things. Specifically the what is her name?
Rogue.
Little Red Riding Hood in that movie. Yeah. Anna Paquin.
Thank you. I was literally Rogue is as close as I was going to get.
The Anna Paquin short is my favorite part of that whole movie, and there's so much good foreshadowing in that. Yeah, that's probably my number one go
I
to.
think I can go into that and I know all the twists because I've watched that thing for so many times, and I still get caught up when um the couple who die in the first 5 minutes, the one lady shows up at the end. I'm like, oh, quick, figure out what comes first and all this kind of thing. And it's
Yeah,
like when
yeah.
Travolta walks back into the restaurant at the end of Pulp Fiction. But wait, he died in the crapper, you know.
Yeah, it's like when you're watching. You ever watch somebody sew, and they like put all the things in, and then but at the very end, then they pull it tight,
They
and
pull,
it all
yeah,
just
yeah.
comes together, and it's like, oh,
Perfect metaphor, yeah.
yeah, it feels like that.
And it's kind of again Brian Cox in there for no reason that knows. And it's just the bus, and then I'm watching that. I'm going, okay, so we have all the star power for a movie that was. I mean, at that point, Doherty, the director, since then he's done like King Kong and stuff. Or is it Godzilla? I know it's one of the giant monster movies.
Sure.
But before that, he was like a Bryan Singer associate, which is forget the bad stuff.
Yikes.
Like he'd written like Superman Returns and like I think X-Men too. So he's a writer. Then he does this movie, and it was like everyone I know that's seen that loves it. I've seen more tattoos from people that don't have any of the movie tattoos. Like it's like they have like a heart, their mom's name, and then they have Sam.
Sam. Yep.
And Spirit is full of Sam. And I'm like, where were all these people when this first came out? Oh, and I forget it didn't play theatrically. It was like a straight to DVD
Really?
thing. I don't think it played wide at all.
That's wild because it's such a
it's
popular
silly.
movie.
It's such a great movie.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Midnight Meat Show Train. But just and everyone in that because like it's just one of those things that I can put now. I put on Trick or Treat like in the summer when I'm trying to make it be fall. I don't usually play it now because I've usually already played. We watched it. I think we watched it the same week we watched Dangerous Animals.
Okay.
So it was in the middle of summer. I think we watched that.
That's
I
a
don't know
great
why
summer horror movie.
Oh yeah, that's Dangerous Animals. If that was one we've been teasing for a while because we loved the loved one so much, and that played the same director. I'm like, okay, Jesse, you need to go see this. And you're like, okay, in 9 months we'll do an episode. Go see it now. I want to talk about the actress from Tacoma Fire Department. I think my stupid Halloween thing is when you're old like me, and I will defend, like I have favorite franchises and favorite individual movies, but the one that for me, and this sounds like I'm trying to be pretentious, when you grow up in the 80s, right? You love all the Halloweens. You love 4, you love 5. Everyone, they love 3 now. Back then, no one liked 3.
I'm very excited about where you're going with this because I think I know.
We'll see. I bet you probably do since you're always right. But so back then you would watch it and you would memorize it. You would watch it over and over again. You'd dub it off from Casey's wherever you run it from. Same as the Jason movies. You got like one a year, so you would watch Jason Lives over and over again, and then you have to wait a year to watch The New Blood. So you go back and you watch the first 5 again, and you didn't care. So the new one finally shows up, and you're like, "Oh, this is the best thing ever. This is it doesn't matter how bad it was." Mm-hmm. So like the Halloweens, I loved 5 when it came out. I liked 6 when it came. I saw that 6 theatrically. My first one in the theater was Don Pleasant's last movie. H2O and even is it
Resurrection.
It was called Homecoming back in the day when it was delayed for 6 months. I went to the theater to watch Halloween Homecoming, and because we didn't have internet, and Fangoria said it was coming out like October or whatever. So I'm at the theater on that Friday. Mm-hmm. It wasn't there, and I went on like AOL dial up for 10 minutes and goes, I can't do the sound. Now it's called Resurrection. It's coming out like next summer. And I'm like, but I want it now. So anyway, so I will defend all the Halloweens, and I like the new 3. But for me, cause having watched them over and over again, when I want Halloween to happen, I watch Rob Zombie's the 4-hour documentary on the unrated disc. I watch 4 hours of Rob Zombie talking about Halloween.
Okay, that's a curveball. I will say that was not where I thought you were going.
I just love because he talks about, and the crew talks about Halloween. Daniel Harrison, they're talking to, and it's mostly fly on the wall footage. And I mean, we watched the unrated Halloween Rob Zombies last night, and there's little things. And again, I'm a Rob Zombie lover. Everything he's done. Yeah. Even the Munsters. I appreciate the Munsters for what he's trying to do.
You know what's funny about the Munsters? In my brain, that movie is good because I have avoided all online discourse about it. Every now and again I'll see a thumbnail and it's like the worst movie of the year with and that'll be included in there. Yeah. But like all I know about that movie is from you, and you've said very positive things about it.
If you go in, like I just wish they would have done it in black and white because he made it to be black and white. All the colors were meant to be turned. Like the way they timed out The Mist. Darabont wants it to be black and white. You made it in color, and it looks kind of crappy. It was designed. It was supposed to be black and white. So Zombie wanted it to be black and white, so all the colors are kind of crazy. So in black and white, it would look the right way. Whether it's true or not, I have no idea. But I have taken my TV and tried to take the color off, and I'm like, it's really cute, and it's again, it's a love letter. I mean, yeah, when his wife comes on and has like a 10-minute entrance every five, I'm like, okay, I get it, but I kind of love it. But my
Yeah.
embarrassing to you, no one's ever gonna see this because I'm hitting delete. I will watch the 4 hour making of his Halloween and it's flying the wall. So it's like him talking about to the DP about where the light's going to be. Is talking about all the stuff when they're casting D Wallace in it, and then talking about they have Udo Kier in it, have Clint Howard, listening to Brad Dourif and Malcolm McDowell in the car being towed around, and they're just small talking like shit talking to each other, and it's just the greatest thing ever. And then there's bits like at one point his phone Zombie's phone goes off and it's the John Carpenter, it's the Halloween theme. He kind of looks at the camera and he kind of goes, yeah, that's not going to get annoying. And it's that kind of stuff. And they go through shooting the deleted scene. I mean, they weren't deleted when they shot them, of course, but they go through these scenes that aren't anywhere in the movie, and you're like, oh, that's a lot of that's a lot of work. It literally shows the best example I can think of making a dollar, well, it's still a multi-million-dollar movie, of the decisions you make when you try these things. The 10 minutes I was teaching film school, I thought I should show them this. I'm like, no one's going to sit through a 4 hour Rob Zombie making of his Halloween and get anything out of it like I do. I tried to show him like the trauma making of Poltergeist. I got about 8 minutes before I go, there's a window on that door. My boss is walking by a lot. I'm not going to play anything from Trauma. They probably can't get away with the Michael Myers and the flipping off the actresses and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, my go-to is like that kind of stuff where it can be on the background. We're doing something.
Yeah, that's good. It's good vibes. My I was just thinking about Rob Zombie, how he's kind of just been an entity in my life because I don't really know when I learned about his existence, but when I was very, very little, I had a game on the PlayStation 1 called Sledstorm, and the theme song of that was Dragula. And that was my whole life. That song has just been the coolest thing. Because that game is it's like a what do you call it? Snowmobile racing game, and it's just,
well, obviously we have a snowmobile racing game. We should get Robert Zombie to do the score for it.
It's such a weird game, but I have a lot of fond memories of that. That's my anecdote about Rob Zombie.
I think, oh man, you could go through, and again, it's kind of like Midnight Meat Train, where I love the story behind them. And that's where I get my deep dive stuff. Is wherever we're learning on my brain is more different than I thought it was. Besides just being weird, where I want to go through and figure out little bits and choices and find everything about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and you can't find out about every little choice from like Empire Strikes Back. I mean, you can. It's pretty easy to find, but you don't have to dig too hard to figure out. Like, okay, the Falcon was a cheeseburger or a hamburger with a bite.
Right, there's no nuggets.
And then all those little bits and pieces. But it's like everyone has that, and I don't intentionally get fascinated by something. I kind of try to avoid it because I do actually have to exist in the real world.
Yeah.
But the House of Thousand Corpses, that his first one, where it got stuck for like 2 years in limbo, 3 years in limbo. It's same as Jason X. No one's going to defend Jason X, but the fact that it got shelved for 3 years to get finished, and I'm like, don't be mean to Jason X. Jason X was, and everyone's like, it's no, it's not terrible.
Jason X is my that's my what do you call it when you it's like my gauge on whether or not I'm gonna get along with somebody's movie opinions, because it's like there's so many movies that I love that get classified as so bad it's good, and it's like that's not the case. It's like Killer Clowns from Outer Space is not a movie that's so bad it's good. The concept is silly, but the execution and everything about that movie is spot on. It's so good. And that's how I feel about Jason X. It's like, if you think you're laughing at Jason X and don't realize you're laughing with Jason X, then your media literacy is like not, I'm not saying like, oh, it's not as good as mine, but it's you value different things in movies, or you evaluate movies in a much different way than I do.
Yeah.
And that's always kind of been my gauge for that.
Jason, that's a good kind of like a good barometer for someone who's looking at it.
Barometer, that was the word I was looking for.
Well, I sent it to you. I have a friend of mine who years ago watched the first Austin Powers. I mean, roommates, a bunch of us, and he came home. We asked him, "Hey, how was it?" He goes, "It was the stupidest thing ever." And then he sat there for an hour, 27 minutes, and then told the entire story, beginning the whole, and just the way his brain's wired. And he had it with laughs, and he has pauses and deliveries. He does the same thing with Aladdin. He'll someone, oh, Aladdin's good. oh, is it a good? It starts off with this and go into every little
Yeah,
aspect of the
yeah.
whole movie. But he went through the entire Austin Powers and laughing, and we're all laughing. And then he goes, God, it was so stupid. I'm like, you're literally urinating in your pants right now because you came home and you had to pee, and now you're laughing and you won't go pee because I'm gonna go to bed. Okay. Oh man, but when he comes back and then he's got the da 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 da, that kind
Yeah.
of thing, and he's sitting there just dancing because he has to pee, but he's also telling us, and he's like, "Oh, it's so dumb," but you were laughing. He loved Jason X is. I don't know. I remember seeing the theater, me and like a couple couples, which is also weird, like at a 1 o'clock on a Friday, 2003. And then when the guy falls on the auger, um, and then they're in a spaceship. It's Alien with Jason.
Yeah.
You know,
It's awesome.
the marine. Sorry, aliens because there's Marines.
Oh, right.
But the one soldier Marine falls off. I love when people in space die from gravity. Anyway, so he falls on an auger, a big drill, hits it, and then starts spinning because it's a drill. And they go, what's that guy doing? And then the person goes, oh, he's screwed. And I start laughing, and every head turns at me in the theater, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and they're thinking someone died. This is Jason X. Okay, that was clearly that's a joke, and that's great.
Yeah.
And if you're not here for that, I'm not Max, Katie, and Kate for you're laughing loud. I wasn't like, problem child.
Yeah.
That's funny. And then it's a podcast that kind of poops on movies. How did that get made? I love it normally. Jason Mantzoukas, his Paul Scheer guests come on, and they just did, and they'll ponder how do certain movies get made, get greenlit, because Mantzoukas is a hell of a writer, and Scheer's a great writer. His wife, Scheer's wife, was in Weapons.
Oh.
So they're all like actual working.
Sure.
But I had an old one, there's a pandemic one, they played Jason X, and I always forget that I forgot they did this one, Jason X, and they just dump on it. And I'm like, stop. Don't make fun of Todd Farmer, okay? He's in on the joke. You don't get it. And I'm like, but yeah, it's my barometer if someone appreciates Jason X. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. I think people just have.
David Cronenberg's in it, for God's sakes. Come on.
I think I also kind of fell in this trap when I was growing up too. When I like early on in film school and stuff, where it's like I'm not meant to be having a good time. Like I need to analyze this movie, and so for like that joke where he's screwed, and then everyone's like, "Wow, why are you laughing at this like obvious joke?" It's like, no, dude, just allow yourself to let the filmmaker entertain you a little bit.
Yeah.
Like just give yourself in a little bit and have some fun. And yeah, I don't know. I think people sometimes get a little too. It's like, oh, if this is something I classify as dumb, like even the premise itself, it's like, yeah, okay, Jason he's done everything, so let's put him in space. Like that's awesome, but also kind of dumb.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's like, yeah, I think it's also a big thing where it's like people need to realize that a dumb concept does not make a dumb movie always. Sometimes it definitely does. But other times it doesn't. Like another movie that we covered, Velociraptor.
I sent you the trailer for part 2.
I know. I'm so excited for that. Did you see, I don't know if you were familiar with there's a horror YouTuber, Amanda the Jedi. Are you familiar
I've
with
heard
her
the
at
name.
all?
I know the name. I haven't.
She was in the trailer. She was actually, you sent it to me and I watched it and I was like, this is incredible. And then she posted a thing on Instagram about how it was like her greatest achievement or something like that, like being facetious. And yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited, especially it's like that. Just you could just tell by the trailer that it's just like, oh, okay, they recognize we struck gold here, so like let's keep this train rolling.
I will tell you a secret. I have not watched the trailer yet.
Really?
I saw it. It was like on my way to work. It popped up on something, and I think IMDb or Fangoria had like, oh hey, Velociraptor 2. Mm-hmm. So I took it and I sent it to you, a couple people, Garrett the dinosaur, because he needed to know this.
Right.
George and my wife, and I figured we would go home and watch it that night. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. And she just commented no on the thread. So I will watch it at some point. I mean, she's gonna because she more than anyone I know, she's pointed out that Velocipastor, the Vietnam thing is gold. The flashback, and she's like, that should be like that. Like if they could just take that clip and send it off to Lauren Michaels, they'll get a job off that bit. That's Tim Robinson level.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, she's not a big huge. Like she gets it. She laughs.
Sure.
But like that bit is so good that could be a sketch.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll watch 2 when she's let's see, how do I say gummies without getting in trouble? Well, gummies when she has many a gummy. The Flintstones vitamins. That's what
right,
we like, the B12s, because keep on growing.
I like to take those before any kind of horror experience, because it kind of. Anyways, I'm about to go too deep with this metaphor.
Yeah. Besides that, we watched a bunch of The Conjurings because of the summer, because the last one came out.
Yeah, I need to see.
I know
the
we saw a
newest one.
bunch of stuff. The newest one, it's a nice little send off. I mean, the best Conjuring is still, in my mind, is 2.
Yes, I agree.
I love 2. It's the best. It's the best Conjuring. It's also the best Nun movie. Better than the 2 Nun movies.
I've never seen any spin-offs. I've only seen the named ones.
Annabelle 3. I really like.
Oh,
and it's one of those things where Annabelle. It's called Annabelle Come Home. They stopped numbering them so that you don't feel bad. Like they used to be, you numbered them all, and only you stop numbering for the last one, and then they stop numbering so people don't think there's 7 movies. That must stink. I have no idea how many Final Destinations there are.
Yeah,
is it 5 or 7? I don't know.
7, I think.
7. Okay.
Yeah, because there's 1 through 5, and then the final, and then the newest one.
Because 5 has a 5 on the box. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing 5 on the cover.
Yeah.
I like it. I like all the movie franchises with slashers. There's endless ones where they do the numbers, and then like you said, they stop doing the numbers because this is the last one, and then they have to come back and be like, this is part 8.
And they have to apologize. Yeah.
Man. I guess we had some more left in the tank.
Yeah, because Jason, they switched studios from like Paramount to New Line, and they had to do, this is the final Friday. This is Jason Goes to Hell. Mm-hmm. But I still love Saw, because they're the ones that like literally, okay, we changed it all. Now we're Spiral. Yeah. Now we're Saw 12. Yeah. Okay, we're not even. It's still the Roman numeral, and they have to have they give you a little guide what the numeral stands for, because no one knows past 10. Mm-hmm. The one I'm looking forward to, which is like so not even close to being when Conjuring 4 made all the money that weekend. Of course, it made all the money. It has like $12 billion marketing with the first 12, all the movies in the franchise. Mm. It's the last one. It makes all the money. But they greenlit an Amityville horror movie, which if you take Amityville Horror 79, the book, which is also just exclamation point city, and then the 2, the Possession, and then the Ryan Reynolds one. So those 4, and to skip anything else, because Amityville, they can't copyright the word Amityville. Right. So I can make one right now.
I said there's like 40,000 of them.
but none of them are made by the same people. So I have a book at home Ed Lee wrote called Amityville Bukkake. I bought it just because it's one of my writers. I'm like, it's $7. I'm like, I haven't read it yet. I'm afraid that the pages won't open up. But I'm kind of excited to have an Amityville horror movie since the Ryan Reynolds one. It's just, I'm shallow. I love the house. That's it. I don't care about the story. And I know the Warrens. I'm sorry. This is my personal opinion. They were snake oil salesmen.
Yeah,
they were terrible people.
I don't think you have to apologize. They were. If you look into their past, they were not good people.
Not good people. And then you watch the videos, and like Matt Rife bought the house, and they show the video of the house, and the house looks like spirit puked on the floor. I get it, but I love the Conjuring movies, and that's just my. That's probably my closest to a guilty pleasure. That's like, I will talk about trauma with reverie, and I'll fight for Jason X, but I do kind of like go. Yeah, I kind of like Conjuring 2 a lot. I kind of like the Nun like a lot. It's a really cool looking movie, and you look around and like, yeah, okay.
I find that also any franchise that was started or touched by James Wan, I'm just super into. There's something. There's the feel about even like I don't. Do people like Malignant? I love Malignant. Yeah. Okay, I didn't know if that was
Malignant rocks.
Yeah. I think my wife just hates it, and that's why that's my.
That's like I was just gonna say that Malignant is like the big budget basket case, and my wife hates basket case. I've been trying to whenever I'm in a flea market and I see a basket, and I'm like, okay, if that's $10 or less, I'm buying it. I'm making a Belial.
Yeah, Belial.
It's always like $1, like $11 or $10.50, and it's the rule has been stated like for self control of the buying urge is $10. It's got to be $10 and in person. I can't go online and order one for $10 on Amazon. It's got to be in person. Just to control the purchase power, but I'm like, I just want to make and I don't want to make a good Belial. I want it to be out of foam. Right. And I want it to be like covered.
That is a good Belial.
Oh yeah, it's a perfect, yeah. Yeah. And but to me, Belial, basket case and Malignant are the same universe. And I would love to see James Wan go in and say, "Hey, Frank Henelander, can I borrow your movie?" And he'd be like, "Going, I don't care, just pay it." Yeah.
Yeah, Malignant. I remember. So I saw that in theaters, and similar to a recent theater watch, Weapons. Just when the reveal happened in Malignant, I remember my wife saying something along the lines of like, "Oh, that's so dumb," and meanwhile I had the biggest smile on my face, and I was just like, "There's like the kung fu scene that takes place in the police station and everything." I'm just like, this is what happened. Where am I? What year is it?
Yeah.
Like,
Now, were there gummies involved in that?
no, there were not.
I love that scene because I'm just sitting here going, because it's like, I think that's the first thing he did after Aquaman one. I think it was like he'd done this, and then he made this very quietly for HBO, and it wasn't going to get the actual release. So I didn't think I knew about it as far as like on my watching for theater stuff. And so, he's gonna do a little small, maybe it was a COVID movie, in my mind. And then it goes along with, this is really, and I didn't recognize the lead from, and she's been in other things. And then the I call it the police shootout, even though it's not really a shootout. And I'm like, this must have been so much fun. Because I love, my favorite video of one is when he made, what's the Kevin Bacon one? Death Note or something like that? No, not Death Note. It's Kevin Bacon. It's basically it's Death Warrant. No, that's it doesn't matter. There's a Kevin Bacon revenge movie, and it's a chase through a garage, like a parking garage, and the making of it on the disc is the most. Everyone's so happy because it's like a follow cam, it's like a handy cam kind of thing, but it's like just handheld, not a body mount.
Yeah.
And they hand it off, and they put the camera, and Kevin Bacon runs by, so they have the camera, and they hand it up over with a stick to the next floor up. Kevin Bacon's in a golf cart running around while you're following the guy who's chasing, trying to shoot him. Someone has to get it. It's like a 7-minute shot. It's the most incredible thing. Yeah. And you watch it. The problem is you're done watching it. You're like out of breath. And then you like don't watch the last half an hour of the movie because you're going, how do they do that? And then you watch the disc and it's like,
yeah.
I will look it up in a minute. I don't want to. That's we're so off topic. But this is what the show usually we are more reined in. If you're giving the first episode, we have a topic and we try and keep to it. But also, this is the first time talking in about a month, I think.
Yeah. We're just very excited to kind of dump all this information. Yeah, I was actually gonna say we should probably at some point say that the episodes beyond this one will be a lot more structured.
Yeah.
We actually have a topic in mind.
If you want, you can just take this episode and skip ahead 30 seconds, and this is a good sampler platter because every 3 seconds it will be a new topic.
Right,
exactly. And tap tap tap. Oh, Halloween. Tap tap tap. James Wan. Tap tap tap. Oh, they're both crying. Tap tap. So what's coming up soon? You want to see?
So this weekend I think we might be going to see Black Phone 2.
Oh, sweet.
I love the first one.
Go hell.
I love the first one, but it didn't really stick with me that much. I couldn't really tell you much that happens in that movie. I remember there being ghost kids and that okay, so I'm sure I brought this up in a future episode. I always get Ethan Hawke and Kevin Bacon mixed up. Who's in Black Phone?
Black Phone is Ethan Hawke.
Okay, Ethan Hawke. I don't know why. I cannot get those two men straight. Oh, what do we got? That is incredible.
Let's put him right there.
Yeah.
That's worth it. Okay.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. I was going to ask if you liked the first one, but apparently you didn't.
I did. That was $12 at Walmart.
Really?
It was one of I was stuck in line. It's like $12.96, and it's not a good mask. I mean, it's just.
I'm sure.
It's just like that little dincy thing. It's on my zombie head. But it's funny because I do want to see the new one. Everyone's talking how it's like basically Elm Street 2 as far as being really much more. And the first one, I remember liking it, but for me, it's the drama. It's the abusive dad and then the 2 kids. And there's this one scene, and it's been a long time. And it's funny because it's like, I shrunk back from it, and I go that the daughter and the son, they're both great. But that performance and that realism I remember it hurt to watch. The dad who loves the kids, which you never see. You see a lot of drunk dads beat kids and then they go outside and get eaten by somebody. He smacks the kid because he's stressed out because they're just being kids. And then she freezes up, and then the look on her face of like, I've got to be brave and not act like it hurt.
Yep.
And just do what he says, even though I want to scream and everything. I remember. So I was kind of distracted because after that I was going, man, those kids were so good.
No,
and then Kevin Bacon's pretty good too.
You just reminded me why I love that movie. I completely forgot about that whole subplot with the little sister. Wasn't she's like psychic or something?
A little bit, like intuitive, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm even more excited to see that.
I thought this I might have to sneak out and watch that. This weekend as we're getting ready for Halloween proper. And the only thing on my radar right now is that I'm hoping. I keep praying that for some reason the Midwest will get Frankenstein, Del Toro's Frankenstein.
No.
We're not gonna get it. It's
Yeah.
playing like tomorrow in New York and LA, and then if it does well, it'll roll out. I doubt it's gonna play here in Pearson.
It might be a Toxic Avengers situation where we'll get it like a year from now.
Well, but then it plays on Netflix on the 7th of November.
Oh, okay.
And what's the impetus to send out more DCPs to everybody to get a copy of it? It'll just ruin their Netflix
Right.
numbers. This weekend is a Chainsaw Awards on Shudder.
Mm-hmm.
I've not missed those in forever, but besides that, it's just like I was saving up to say what the big thing was, and The Running Man.
Oh yeah.
The Running Man's coming up because that's what it was, The Long Walk.
Oh, I need to see that.
That is such a hard watch, and I'm so because that's like one of my late discovery Stephen King books. That was my COVID discovery. I had the audio book, and I was sitting there and read that or listen to it, read that, and like, how did I miss this? And the Bachman books because there's like Rages in there, and then Running Man. And I just missed that one because it's a bunch of guys walking, and then I was like, and then the movie is just takes you by your short hairs and just punches you.
Yeah.
So good. And it gives me such hope for The Running Man because you know about The Running Man at all?
I'm vaguely familiar with the original, but not much.
The original, the book, which I always thought they should have had, like William H. Macy play the main character. He's like a skinny kind of a guy, just down to his luck, trying to help his family out. He joins the show to make money, kind of thing.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
But then the movie makes Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is like, and then again, that's how you get movies made. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sure.
And there's a whole lot of fun about. I don't think they didn't know it was a Stephen King book. It was Richard Bachman until they had to pay him because they go, why is Richard Bachman getting like $1 million? Because it's Stephen King.
Wait, hold on. That's
Yes, sir.
So when he was under the pseudonym, people really didn't know that it was the same
For
dude.
a good couple years, yeah.
That's wild.
I think by the time, but obviously when the Bachman books came out collected, everyone knew. It was about the time of Misery. I think Misery was being written with the plan of being a Bachman book. And the editor goes, this is obviously Stephen King. Everyone's going to read this and know. And then he was kind of outed. If you read, the story's out there, but like The Dark Half, the beginning is kind of based on the guy outing him. And King's always been, it wasn't like I was, Batman. It was just a different name. And it was basically his ego check because he would write a book and it would sell X number of copies.
Yeah.
And he would get kind of high on himself. I meant ego. And
then high on some other things.
Other things, yeah. It was book glue is what it was. But then he would release these his bunker books, his locker books, chess books, under the Bachman name, and it would sell 20,000 copies, which is still pretty good for like a regional writer. But it did sell 100,000 books, so it kind of kept in his brain that I have to keep working hard. I can't phone it in.
Or even like reminds him too that he still has it. Like if you can sell it 20,000 copies or whatever without having the name recognition.
See, you're a very positive person. I always take it as if I'm selling, not me, but if he took it as I'm selling, huge amounts of money. I'm a rock star. Yeah. And then this thing is this is keeping me honest. But I like your way of saying, hey, I can still sell copies. That's very honest.
Yeah, that's why.
Once again, Jesse's better than me. Delete. But the point of that was, and he wrote a couple books after Richard Bachman died of cancer of the pseudonym. I love that joke. And then they came out, and then I think people because it was Rage, Long Walk, Running Man, and I'm forgetting one in there because I think there's 4 or 5 books in that collection. The ones he put out, so they were they didn't no one bought them until after Carrie and stuff. But the Running Man. When it was going to be, and I'm not going to ruin the ending to either, but when Schwarzenegger was in the movie, it became a Schwarzenegger movie. There's, one-liners, and I think the Commando writer kind of came in and, okay, whatever, I'm not going to do a Schwarzenegger impression. Thank you. Anyway, the best impression is still Bill Hader, so I'm trying to not do that in my head.
Oh my God.
But so the movie became an action movie, and I know Josh Brolin's playing the TV show Baddie now. But I wanted to be Ellen DeGeneres so bad. I wanted the evil talk show host.
So
Ellen.
funny.
Because Richard Dawson did it back in the day for Schwarzenegger, and I'm just like, well, that was because he's an actor. He'd acted besides Hogan's Heroes. He'd actually acted. Yeah. So he gave it such like anger to it. I just wanted like Conan O'Brien or Ellen DeGeneres, but James Brolin's more than
so good.
Just walk out there dancing and stuff. But the ending of the book. Let's see. I am very curious. Edgar Wright's making it, or had made it at this point. Shaun of the Dead, Baby Driver, one of the greats. He needs a hit, Mr. Right, because I love Last Night in Soho,
Oh, I did
but
too.
he's not making. And Scott Pilgrim is just that'll be in a few years that's going to be heralded as like Airplane as being like one of the greats.
Yeah.
But so Wright's doing The Running Man, and I'm like, if it was smaller and no one's in it, they could use the book ending, and
Mm.
but now because it's bigger, but it's also God, how do I put this without? It's 2025, and like something happened like 24 years ago. Oh, what's before October? You get what I'm going for?
I think
Yeah,
I'm picking up
and
what you're
it's
putting down.
and it's not being mean. It's like King gets enough. The way the book ends
Uh-huh.
heroically, it's similar to that. Not there's no towers involved.
When was the book written?
Oh, 70 something. It
Okay.
was a long time ago, so it's not like it's not.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that jihadists read the book and thought that's how it is,
Right, right.
I don't think the book was pulled from the shelf. Yeah, I shouldn't say that because some asshole's gonna do that next month when it comes out and say some kind of shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's done. It is done heroically and as a sacrifice, which is questionable.
Sure.
But I doubt they're going to do that now.
Yeah.
Even now, 20 some years later. But it's going to be. But it's also if you did it for half the budget and you had Steve Buscemi as the lead, which I never also thought back in the day would have been a great skinny guy as the hero.
Sure.
But having Glenn Powell, who's his contract is he's the next Tom Cruise, and they're not going to put Tom Cruise in
Yeah.
in a 9/11 allegory.
Right.
But that's what I'm looking forward to. That and like Amityville Horror. I know I'm a cheap little just want my candy like
Yeah. Well, it's been an hour.
Yeah,
We did it.
we did it over an hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys like this first episode, let us know in the comments. And then since this is gonna be the first one, if you go back to this first episode, we're gonna post this one. We're gonna post the other ones in the can, so you have something to choose from. So the one after this one will be Mr. Spitzer learning about again Stephen King, all things Shining miniseries, and Doctor Sleep.
Yep.
I won't say if you liked it or not, but I will kind of ruin it by saying we continued the show after that episode because that might have been like it's been good.
Yeah.
Nice knowing.
Well, also, I think I got some Shining representation.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Everything
okay.
on my wall I have seen now.
There we go. Okay.
So
Oh, you
was
seen
actually-
Jaws? Huh? That's weird. That's
Yeah.
gonna be fun. The eagle-eyed people that really care about the show are gonna go. The continuity errors of your backdrop is gonna
Yeah.
change from episode to episode.
yeah.
So it's episode prime. So yeah. But yeah, you can put a note for after this episode drops, we'll have the other ones online so you can see what we've discussed. Any kind of suggestions. I kind of want to hear what everyone else, if they're reading, if they're watching, and take the time to actually make a comment, what
Yeah.
they watch as they're initiating the holiday season.
Yeah.
And by the holiday season is Halloween.
And there is no shortage of a way to give us your opinion because we are also on all social media platforms as TDMMVI pod on pretty much everywhere. They'll be on the bottom of the screen, everywhere where we're available. And you can also email us at tdmmvipod@gmail.com. Email us any suggestions on future episodes you want to listen to, opinions about things that we've said. Obviously, there's also the comment section down below. No shortage of ways.
Can I say it?
Yeah, go
Like
ahead.
and subscribe.
Oh,
Well, I'm 51. I said that out loud. I'm an actual adult.
do people still ring the bell? Is that still a thing?
I have no idea. I mean, it's Don John Silver's.
If you're supposed to ring the bell, ring the bell. Because I just because there was a time. This is probably like so old YouTube now, but there was there's a time where they stopped like giving people your front page was no longer your subscriptions unless you like specifically clicked on a bell to make it happen. I don't know if that's still a thing anymore.
That's weird. And another reason that Mr. Spitzer, I kind of remember that now. The seeing the little visual. Also, reason that we stuck with this name, and Jesse's always right, is because when we had the meatshow.com, it was taken. That was taken, and that got us blocked from a lot of.
Shout out to them, by the way.
By the way, if you want to show some meat, go to themeatshow.com, hosted by the Velocipaster. Ours is midnight, so it was different. It was different. But then when it autofilled, it was ugly.
Right.
All right.
So I just want to reiterate one last time that this probably isn't the best episode for structure, but definitely the best episode for vibes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think there's a lot of really fun stuff that we've talked about already, and I'm really looking forward to the future and
Yeah, me
talking
too,
about
man.
more stuff. I have no idea what the next episode we're going to record is even about yet, but it's going to be great. I'm sure of it. But yeah, until then, I think that's it for us. I'm Jesse Spitzer.
And I'm J.R. Lees.
And this has been The Devil Made Me View It. Thanks for tuning in.
All right. Thanks, guys.